Hey there, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our Roma Galactica II series. I had a commenter request on the last episode, and I very much agreed with this request, and so did many of you, that I want to take just a second, and the commenter requested that I take just a second to really look at the visuals of each world and really each system as we go through it. And I appreciate that request because I typically try to do that in my Stellaris series, and I think I've been kind of excited, and we've been so overwhelmed by the new mechanics and some of the new things to discuss that are on the more technical side that we're not really appreciating the visual aspect of the storytelling. So I'm going to take about the next minute of the episode as we get started here just to look again at some of the new territory that we've established. So skip ahead to about a minute 30 to 2 minutes if you would rather not go through this with me. But of course, we're looking at the Asmore system here. This is our ring world that we will soon be bringing into the fold. We also have recently discovered Hensidon 2, which I'll go ahead and turn this off so I can just double click without the interface popping up. One thing that's strange about this build, maybe it's something that I've just forgotten and it seems like it's new, but single clicks on worlds will bring up the planet information screen. I thought it used to be either double click or something else, but like I started trying to record this episode a second ago and I had to just start over because I got so frustrated. I was trying to double click and center on worlds for you guys and take a look. This is the one, of course, that has the hostile fauna. And it kept bringing this screen up. Every single time I would just click on a planet trying to center the camera on it. I was like, dang it, that's getting annoying. So I don't know if they changed that or if I just forgot that's the way it is. But of course we have this black hole over here too, which is pretty cool. They all look quite the same at the moment, but there are some new galactic wonders that can be built around those, megastructures that can be built around those, so that will be pretty fun. The Zorican black hole is here, and then of course we have this wormhole in the Bintu system. So that will be an advantage for us as well. Alpha Centauri is home to 2 colonies. We've already looked at these. This is Colonia Aurora here, and we have Colonia Caledonia over here. Very similar colony textures, by the way, if you wanted to kind of see like what they look like. Obviously, Aurora has... Actually, this might be a different colony texture. There are a few different ones. So there's a little bit more ocean going on Aurora. And there's also, of course, a ring around Aurora, which is quite nice. But I'll take another look at some of the colonies that we've established in the beginning of the next episode, just to get us visually caught up. But let's take a moment. Now we have Classis 1. We've just finished off the last of the cultists in this system. And it seems like, yep, we're researching the cultist warship debris right now. That'll be the end of that. So we have this construction ship here, and we just need to wait not very long at all. There we go. We're going to go ahead and add the Asmore system to our territory. So we've got our work cut out for us because we have a new planet to colonize. I haven't given that order yet, but we will soon enough. And also our energy shortage is still ongoing. So I'll have to keep an eye on that and see what else we might be able to do. Recovery efforts completed. After sifting through the debris left by the strange cultist warship we destroyed, our scientists believe they may have divined the source of the ships the Grey Disciples have been throwing against us. Fragments from a log file mention some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the cultists fleeing Saul. They have been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers, and now they are even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. That shipyard must be destroyed. So, destroy cultist shipyard, track on map. Okay, it's over here. It's going to be a second before we get to it then. And hopefully we will get to it before anyone else does, but it seems like we might have to kind of loop around and get back down there because there's not a route from our current systems here. Now, let's see. You're currently building there, and we have a construction ship up in Asmore. Let's see. Yeah, you were coming down here to survey that system, and that one's already being surveyed. We want to get those in our territory as soon as possible, and preferably we would like to get Sagathia as well. We've already surveyed it, of course, so it's just a matter of getting there before these guys do. And of course, the Ikonin and the Dis hierarchy are at war right now, which is good for me, because it distracts them, and they're dealing with each other. And I can just sit over here and add more systems to my territory.
Complete.
All right, let's go ahead and get that mining station. Also, while I've got the game paused, let me point out something that I discovered. Let's see, where are you? Policies, F6, good to know. So, we were talking about trade value in the previous episode, the beginning of the last one, and what it turns into when it gets to your homeworld. That actually is dependent upon your trade policy. So, with wealth creation, you have collected trade value that earns you energy. With consumer benefits, you get half of an energy credit and then some additional consumer goods, which is quite nice. And then you have the marketplace of ideas, which is half of the energy and then a little bit of extra unity. less unity than the equivalent of in consumer goods for consumer benefits, but still a nice little change. There are also some new policies here that we haven't looked at yet in terms of the economic and food policies. So civilian economies, obviously you have an additional consumer goods output, but then there are less alloys produced. A mixed economy has no bonuses or penalties, and a militarized economy is the opposite of the civilian economy. It's the exact opposite, in fact. It's a 15% bonus to alloys and a 25% penalty to consumer goods, which we are currently running in a militarized economy. So, you know, if I wanted fewer alloys, I could always go for a mixed economy. We're not going to do that right now. And food policy, very similarly, helps you maintain pop growth and food upkeep. So if you want less pop growth and less happiness, you can have strict rationing, and that will reduce food upkeep. Whereas if you want nutritional plenitude, that's of course more growth and more happiness because there's lots of food and people getting fat and happy, but the pop food upkeep will increase as well. So that's something we can consider as the empire becomes more plentiful. But anyway, let's unpause now that I've looked at that. I would really like to clear those systems as soon as possible, but our ships aren't quite strong enough to think about that just yet. We might be able to move into the Helium system, but these two systems are going to be probably outside of our reach for now. I'm going to wait till our science ships are done down here so we can get that stuff and then bring one up there to deal with that, I think. We could always train a third. Why not train a third? It's not going to hurt that much. Let's oh wait, no, that's right. It's not planet side anymore. It is shipyard based. And we need 90 alloys, do we? Alright, we've got to wait for that to build up. Or we could always sell some additional stuff. Let's see. Traditions wise, we could go for a research station output boost, or increase our research alternatives and our scientist level cap. Yeah, let's do that. Additional options to where we can possibly get cooler options sooner, I will take. All right, so now we have the capacity overload edict and energy grid. Now, I want to take a moment to look at that because that might not be an edict anymore. It might be a decision. In many places in the interface, they're still referring to decisions as edicts. And I want to see, I mean, empire-wide edicts probably still exist, but planetary edicts I think are called decisions now. That might be the distinction. That might be it. Improved deflectors, probably a good idea. Ooh, I can get chemical plants which will turn minerals into volatile motes, which would be a nice alternative if we didn't get these. I'm going to go for the improved deflectors first. That's really interesting. I didn't know you could do that. All right, cool. I don't know how I didn't know that either because I've played a decent amount of this off camera now at this point. All right, so we have a building slot available here. And Colonia Aurora, what do we do first? Civilian industries? We need some artisan jobs. This, of course, will have additional upkeep. We have lots of consumer goods right now. I think I'm going to go for the Autoton Monument. This will provide 2 culture worker jobs, so it'll provide some of our pops the ability to jump up into specialist roles. Leave the worker caste. We need to wait until we have 200 of these, or purchase them. Let's see. Why not go ahead and purchase them? One thing that I really hope that they change about this screen, I mentioned in episode 1 that, you know, being able to buy and sell resources freely reminds me a lot of Sins of the Solar Empire. And it really doesn't make any sense for you to have to click these buttons in order to get to these buttons. There need to just be a series of rows or columns that are dedicated to each resource and that let you just buy or sell. I mean, there's no reason to have different screens. You can have, you know, a row dedicated to each resource type, right? And then you can have this information over at like the far side in like the far columns. I don't know, but this is silly. Like this seems like extra clicking to me, I'll say, having played it for a bit now. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy some alloys, not many more. Our energy deficit has just gone away, finally. Might not stay away, but it's a step in the right direction. And of course we can sell a good number of consumer goods for a lot of energy. So I'll take advantage of that. There we go. Now that's our colony ship. I'm going to go ahead and send the colony ship to Hensadon 2. And this is definitely going to be... trying to think. Antiochia is a decent idea. Yeah, let's do Colonia Antiochia. I'm going to take out one of the I's, though. It's just Colonia Antiocha. There's that. Just a little bit too much of the Ia sound going on in there, so I decided to take one out. Aesthetically. Just for aesthetic reasons. Okay. We need to add that to our territory as soon as possible. We also are probably over... Oh, no, we're not. We are not over on our administrative cap. Very nice. That's good to see.
Recon pass completed.
All right, excellent. So this system has been surveyed at this point, which means I can bring a science ship back up here to survey as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is bring my fleet over to Camglaria.
Construction complete.
What's this? There's our energy deficit again because we brought our ships out of orbit, unfortunately. It is what it is. Oh, wait, no, they were already out of orbit, so that came from something else. That might be from our... That couldn't have been from one building, could it? Yeah, it is. No. The Autotom Monument is just one energy upkeep, so I'm not sure what caused that to plummet just now. But we will continue to manage that as best we can. Excellent. Let's go ahead and add that.
Recon pass completed.
Good. Alright, so those are done. That's done up there. Tell you what, your number one priority, even before you do that, actually. Oh, dang. Alright, you stop what you're doing, and that'll give me my resources back. There we go. Didn't realize they were already in the system and ready to go. I already given them the order. They'd been sitting there waiting, so when I said start building a starbase, they started immediately. My bad.
Construction complete.
Now this station can be expanded, but we're going to wait for now. Probably need to go ahead and build a station in Alpha Centauri to collect this trade value in Ambor, though. That is probably a good idea. As soon as I have the resources for it, which I could technically get now. See, still getting used. Oh, I didn't mean to buy. Dang it. Alright. Now, how about we sell a few more? And that gives us the ability to purchase a good amount. Yeah.
Construction complete.
Excellent. All right, things are going better now. I think we'll be able to get to the Sagathia system, and then we'll be in business.
Science Division report success.
What do we have? Oh, mining station output plus 10%. So that might have affected our energy situation. Yeah, might have. Okay. Well, that question might have just been slightly answered. Do I need destroyers or do... Ooh, Starhold. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be done in like 1 month. I don't know how we got so far along on that technology, but I'll take it. We'll gladly take it. Good God.
Science Division report success.
Yep. Excellent. Good news. All right, synthetic crystal plants. Yeah, see, we can... That's what it is. You don't necessarily have to find the resources out in the wild. You can also convert them at your planets. All right, let's go for the ceramo metal armor. Going to do what we can to build up our military defenses, just in case these guys decide to, you know, instead of fight each other, combine forces and fight me. Not likely, but hey, anything can happen. Dontor 4A is exceptionally rich in minerals that are unfortunately of no use to us. However, Science Officer Maxima Plautius believes the many elements in the crust of Dontor 4A can be transformed into potentially more useful forms through positron bombardment. The RSS Diodorus has requests that the Roman Star Empire set aside 100 energy credits for the purposes of this project. Very well.
New sit
Ready
rep.
the positron charges. All right, so they've made peace. All right, we need to go ahead and get this done. All right, yeah, there's that Gaia planet I would really, really like. You have just... Okay. You've been my rival this whole time, buddy, so I guess they de-rivaled me and then re-rivaled me. Because that makes sense. Because that's a sensible course of action.
Special project complete.
Okay, we got some additional minerals on that planet.
Construction complete.
Excellent. Now let's go ahead and get Sagathia in our territory, and we will have locked in
Recon
this
pass
territory
completed.
finally. Another rivalry declaration from the Econans. I don't get it. They keep declaring a rivalry. That's 2 in a row. Both from the same player. Not sure why. Alright, so we are ready to go up here, right? Science ship is almost here. Yep, let's go ahead and clear out this system. Yeah, they keep rivaling different people. It's just us, though. I'm not seeing any other evidence of enemy empires at the moment. That could change any second.
Fleet action underway.
I suppose you guys might want to watch some combat. So let's watch some combat. Now, why won't you center? Is my next question. That's weird. When I click Q, it takes the camera away from the ships I want to center on. There we go. That's what I wanted in the first place. That was way too much trouble. There's our cruiser working for us. We are, of course, taking on multiple crystalline entities at once here. So this could be a little dangerous. But they also have no shields, so it's a little bit easier to engage large numbers of them and kill them off. No longer a valid rival for our empire. Alright, go ahead and retreat. That didn't go as well as I thought it would. But I don't think we actually lost any ships. I'm still seeing... Or maybe we did. Okay, we'll look in a second
Anomaly
when the
found.
fleet comes back. By chance we stumbled upon... Okay, so we've got some claims being laid to the Bintu system. That's cute. Alright, we're going to have to bring the ships back as soon as possible. So we're going to have to rebuild. Alright, our energy deficit has definitely
Special project
vanished.
complete.
After many weeks of study, our expert linguists have unearthed the meaning behind the documents found on Kephoth 5A, finally. The documents were philosophical ponderings by a famous scholar, only referred to as Telsa the Teller of Tales, or Talisa the Teller of Tales. Her teachings have provided us with much insight into how to better gain political results via applying different states of mind and use larger scale questions as a focus for reform. So we have the Empire Edict available to us, which reminds me. Edicts, here we go. There's a whole category for them now. So we have capacity overload available to us if we wanted to use it. And we do have the influence for it. We have research grants. Map the stars. Map the stars could be a good idea. Probably should have done this sooner. That's what I get for being a little bit rusty with Stellaris. I like the idea of having this one running as well. Let's do it. Diplomatic grants I'm not going to worry about, because I don't think we're going to be very diplomatic with these neighbors. Something just tells me that it might not be the prettiest relationship that we have with them. Alright, we have taken Sagathia. Let's go ahead and add some mining stations, research stations, build those mining stations, and then you build a starbase there, and then build more mining stations. We have so many minerals available to just do this. It's awesome. Alright, so Classes 1 has returned. And yeah, we did lose several ships, in fact. I don't know why I thought we didn't lose any. So let's see. It's going to take a second to rebuild all of them. We need to do it as soon as possible because this also has influenced their assessment of our military strength. So they will see that we've weakened, and they might, our neighbors specifically, our neighbors might decide to attack. So why don't we go ahead and sell some consumer goods? We don't have to sell any food. I would, however, like to buy... Our energy situation is much better, so I could go ahead and risk buying a larger amount there. Let's do that. And then build as many ships at once as we can here. We'll have that fleet return home. Mummified pilot. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in high orbit over Tistral 1. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet. Oh, hey, are these crystal asteroids? They might be, or they might just be ice asteroids. Yeah, they might just be ice asteroids. Yeah, that's what they are. And maybe a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Yeah, so the Tistra system is going to have some energy opportunities for us as well. Finally starting to see some of those energy mines that I was talking about. Finally. Only took you
Science Division
forever and a
report
day.
success.
All right, improved deflectors are done. Very good. A research speed boost would be quite appreciated at this point. All right, ships have been repaired. Let's go ahead and do another reinforcement. Building our fleet back up. Energy deficit finally gone. Food starting to become a problem. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But that's
System
relatively easily
reconnaissance completed.
fixed. Let's go ahead and build some agriculture districts.
Construction
So those
complete.
jobs are available as the pop on these colonies continue to grow. Also, notice our new colony is being built. You might be thinking, Hadrian, why can't we see it over here? It's, I think, a bug or just something they haven't finished yet with the interface. This is a complete version of the patch and expansion, but for whatever reason, when you are establishing a colony in a new sector, you can't see it in your outliner yet. You physically
Anomaly
can't.
found.
If I were to go to the planet, you'd be able to see. Yawn pulses steadily, its helioseismology indicating an internal composition far denser than expected. What could be responsible for this surprising density? See, Colonia Antiocha. It's coming along just fine. But for whatever reason,
Complete.
they don't pop up
Construction
until
complete.
the colony is done. I'm really glad we got the Scothia system. I have to say. I am very, very happy about that. Cosmic Diamond. While the surface of Yawn appears to be an ordinary white dwarf, the star hides an intriguing secret. By studying Yawn's pulsations, the RSS Diodorus crew has uncovered its composition to be almost entirely crystallized carbon. This astronomical crystal lattice seems to have formed as the star cooled, originating in its gas-fusing core and growing outward over time. Yawn is a diamond of cosmological proportions, glinting behind a white veil of oxygen and helium. That's cool as hell, I would just like to say. I really like that. We're going to build a starbase
Anomaly
here.
found.
Actually, wait, no we're not. We're going to cancel that order. Stop what you're doing. And we're going to build more ships. Priorities. Anomaly found. Research it. I saw something about a gas giant. We'll find out more in just a second. Starting to skip past some of the descriptions already.
Construction complete.
Alright, so we don't have any new pops to take these jobs. So we won't see our food production increase until those grow in, but at least those are ready. We've discovered a thriving ecosystem in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant Yawn 1. Massive floating creatures, having evolved bodies filled with lighter-than-air gases, follow the wind currents and feed off the energy released by the gas giant's frequent lightning storms. These beings, in turn, support colonies of smaller animals that prey on atmospheric plankton and each other. Fascinating. So that's going to be a kind of a research system up there. Pretty cool. Okay, reinforce again. We're getting there. 11 of 16 at the
Construction
moment.
complete.
12 of 16. Each Corvette is 1 point on that total. I could probably sell some more consumer goods. Okay, there we go. We've had some pop growth, and now we are producing more food again. That's good to
System
see.
reconnaissance completed.
I think part of the reason our energy deficit went down, come to think of it, is just that we lost those ships. Sadly. Is there a place where I can see? There it is. Yeah, that's a decent amount of upkeep per ship. So that's where it came from. I feel silly now.
Construction complete.
Has it always been that high? Am I just noticing it now more that,
completed.
you know, balancing these economic factors is more of a big deal than it used to be? Maybe that's what it is. All right, city district housing +1 sounds like a good idea. I also like the idea of space torpedoes, but I most like the idea of, destroyers. Yep. That's what I was going to say, and then I was thinking about the mining output boost. We will go for that next. We will indeed. I promise. Yeah, there are some systems down here, Levy, that I can add for additional energy sooner, like Tistra.
Anomaly found.
Dang. An ancient orbital shipyard drifts in silence above this world. It has suffered significant battle damage, and entire sections of the facility are missing. Find out why, please. Okay, let's get these upgrades done. Oh, we finished a project, evidently. Fusion reactor is probably a good idea at this point. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of. And I think it will be time to go ahead and get that Alpha Centauri station built. The only question is, should I build it maybe in Ajha instead of Alpha Centauri? That's actually, the more I think about it, that could be a good idea. Because we could build some trade stations that expand out to Sagathia and allow us to collect that trade value. Also, there could be additional systems nearby that can benefit from that. So, tell you what, Let's go ahead and sell some minerals. And then let's also sell some consumer goods. And we're going to buy some of those and upgrade that to a starport. And eventually there will be some trading there to do as well. Now, don't have any more anomalies to do, but we do have a new tradition. Leader experience gain increased by 25% or research station output increased by 10. Let's go ahead and increase our research station output. Similar reasons to what I was discussing in the first couple of episodes. Just making sure that we have a good balance going there. Now, I can probably go ahead and send my ships in to finish off those crystalline entities. Okay. Automated shipyard. While conducting their survey of Frary 2, that's an interesting system name, the RSS Diodorus detected the remains of an automated shipyard in orbit. So let's repair that. Do we need a construction ship to do that? I think we do. Yeah, we do. All right, you come here, and then I want you to go to Dontar. All right, I'm going to get one more ship. And why are we waiting on the upgrades, by the way? Oh, I think I know what it is. Yeah, I don't know that we have the resources we need to do these upgrades yet. Interesting. So we need these more advanced resources ASAP, I would say. And we can build different types of buildings that allow us to do those upgrades, but for now, we're actually kind of up the creek. Can't do anything.
Anomaly found.
Observing the massive asteroid XR778, we have found something. Further investigation is warranted. Let me know what something is when you figure it out. All right, let's get one more ship added back to Classes 1, and we're going to send them back up here to finish off these guys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and give the order.
Construction complete.
Yep, there it is. It's already in the system right behind the rest of the fleet. We have a negative energy balance. Surprise, surprise. That just comes from sending our ships out to fight. I'm really hoping there will be something in Helum that is...
Science Division report success.
They're expanding rapidly out here. That will help with the energy situation. All right. Leader pool size has increased. Food from farmers plus 10%. That's probably a good idea. But then again, so is gene clinics. Oh, man, I could use me some gene clinics. Let's do that. That, of course, is a special building now that you would add in this section. But it has the same function as it always has, which is to serve as a buff to pop growth. I will take it. Deep within a crevice of the giant asteroid XR778, we have found something astonishing. There is mining gear attached to the rock, digging itself into the vast depth of the asteroid. It stands abandoned with no sign of who placed it there. If we can stop the machine, we might be able to learn something about the technology used to build it, but we must hurry before random debris crushes it. Let's try and stop the machine. Okay, I'm just going to give the order for both of those research projects to get taken care of by that one construction ship. Seeing as it's in the exact same system, that's a hell of a coincidence. And we are going to end these crystalline
claimed a new world.
There we go! Colonia Antiocha has been founded. Let me also go ahead and build a city district here. Alright, now we need a new governor. Don't have any slaves at the moment. So I guess a 46-year-old with better experience gain is good, but also one that's just going to live longer. Let's go for more experience. Spurius Turullius is now our governor for the... And this is the Colonia Antiocha sector, but we're going to rename it to just Antiocha. Or, even better, the Antioch sector. How about that? All right, before we end this episode, we have got to finish these guys off.
System reconnaissance completed.
All right, good to see that we've added... And we don't have the moat stabilization technology yet, so we can't actually harvest those, but we will be able to quite soon. We should build that research station, please. I don't know how you skip past it. All right, go. How long do we have on that? Not much longer at all. I don't know that we'll get to that before it's gone. Going much differently than last time. Alright, science ship. We could potentially get to it. Let's try. And then I want you to survey here. And then we're going to send those ships back to heal up.
Anomaly found.
Significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. It almost looks like writing. Hey, I know that particular. Anomaly.
Special project complete.
Okay. I don't know that we actually got that. I think it might have disappeared. Yeah, we didn't get it. There would have been a notification up top. All right. Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of Takaram 1. The massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Fascinating. Holy crap. I'm almost 31 minutes into this recording. Where does the time go? I've got to upload it for you guys. Let's see. Oh, cool. We can go ahead and upgrade the main colonial building on Aurora.
Battle debris secured.
Nice. All right, crystal-infused plating, a little bit of engineering research, and regenerative hull tissue.
Found.
Sensors report a shipwreck of unidentified origin that has been sighted in the orbit of Hilam. Okay, well, on that note, we will go ahead and take a closer look at this new system in the next episode, and we will add it to our territory, which will lock down some of the planets that we want to capture. And then we're going to continue to expand in this direction as rapidly as we can now that we've been able to take our focus off of this little area and this little area down here. And I'm kind of excited by the fact that we haven't seen any science ships come in this way. That kind of tells me that we might have some room to blossom outward for a little while. Cross your fingers. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.